Hello folks and welcome back to another lesson. This is a patron request from the lovely Martin Steiger. Oh, he does love his Pearl Jam solos, does Martin. We're going to be looking at All or None, both solos, and I'm going to run through them in full for you first and then go through all the bits to break down. But I first want to go through the tones because they are tasty, tasty tones. So for gain, I'm using the Jam Pedals Rattler. I'm using it with the luscious sounding Jam Pedals Retrovibe. It's got that wonderful sort of chewiness, hasn't it? So let's tackle this a few phrases at a time. The first bit comes in on the third beat, so it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Okay, so straightforward enough. You're on the 6th fret there on the G string, and that's a triplet, right? So you've got 3 notes on one beat, so it's 1, 2, and then the first beat of the next bar is the 4th fret on the G, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Alright, I'm not going to call all the notes out because it'll take forever, but here we go. Then the next part is another 4th fret. Alright, so you've got another triplet at the end. Then straight after that you go 5, 4. Then before the end of the bar you play the 4th fret again, okay? Like that, right? Then you've got this on the beat. The last note there is staccato. Those are all on the beat, but you've just got to bend on the 7th fret up, drop it down, and then play the 5th fret. Straightforward enough, right? Then you go to the next section, which goes... Phrasing towards the end there gets a little bit trickier, but it's not too bad. So, from the 7th fret on the E, you've got... So I'm using my little finger, because you're here already, right? Or you should have your 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers on the 5th, 6th and 7th fret. I use my little finger, you could use your 3rd if you want. I use my little finger on the top E. But you don't need to hold on to that like one of those country bends. It's abandoned straight away, right? So I'm taking my finger off there, as you can see, right? And then you do a little bend and release. I think he actually does a new bend there, so you've got... So you're going to abandon the bend as well, right? And then you do a restart the bend again. And then you've got this lead in before this. So that bit slowly. 1, 2, 3. And that's just 5, 4, 7, 4. And then you go into this 4, 6, 4, 6 hammer on, right? That's D string to G string. And these are all coming in before the sort of strongest beat of each bar, right? So the 6th fret there is the first beat of the next bar. And again, he goes to the bend on the 9th fret, just before the first beat of the next bar, right? So he's on the 3 and. So you play a bend, full bend on the 9th fret, drop it down, then you play 7, 9. And then you're into the next chunk, so coming out of that. And then that's the last part, right? Last part's super easy, but from here we've got this bend that carries over into the next bar as well, and then you've got this. Let's do that phrase first. So you've got then a triplet, which is a hammer on, right? 9 to 7. In fact, that's hammered on from the 7th fret. Okay, classic Mike stuff here. Very bluesy. Now you could do that that part with your 2nd and 3rd fingers on the 9th on the B and the E, or you could use your 3rd finger, or there's a load of ways to play it, but up to you. If you don't like doing that stuff, then just use your 2nd and 3rd finger. And the next bar goes. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So you just need to get the phrasing learned, right? It's not too tricky. So you've got a bend on the 9th fret on the E, and then you play the 9th fret. Then you play triplet, and that hangs over into the next 8th note. And that 7th fret there is the next bar, okay? So again. And then you go down to the 4th fret again and play. That's a lovely little phrase. Again, it's if we go from the 7th fret, 1, 2, 3. You can hopefully hear it in context. So you're going to go pull off, but you're playing 6 triplets. So we've got, that's the first one, that's the second one, but he links them together with 2 really nice pull-offs. It just breaks the phrasing up really nicely. And again, you've got that, right, which is coming in on the 1 and. So 1, 2, 3, 1. Right, and then you've got this little run. And that's that. That's pretty straightforward. 4, 5 to 7, but you've got a grace note slide from the 5th fret up. Then 5, 2. I think there's a slide down. And that rings out that 2nd fret. That 2nd fret rings out for 2 beats. And then up to the 4th fret. second solo is cool as well. You hear a little open E. And then a bend, right? And then you've got this run. So Mike, that isn't it? Lovely bluesy run. So that whole section. So that run, not too difficult, but we're into 16th notes now, so it's a little bit quicker. But it's all pentatonic. Rest. So it's broken up quite nicely, so you get a bit of a breather. So just practice them slowly, build up, right? So to speed. And the next phrase goes 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then into a series of bends. So let's do this first bit anyway. So you've got a triplet there, and another triplet as the next beat starts. So you've got a bend on the 6th fret. So I'm flattening my first finger there when I go to that one. So 3rd fret bend, and as soon as I bend, my finger's then flattening down. Okay? But you obviously abandon the bend once you start playing these. And you release that over 2 beats. And then you play the 4th fret, so you go in, you know, resolves to the same note, doesn't it? Then that's the 7th fret on the E, bent up full. Here I wasn't sure if he was doing this like a sort of string grab, right? So you go up, and then as you bend up, you play the B string. And then release it down, but I don't think he is. I think he's just going. I think he's just playing on the E string. Okay, so you do bend up for 1 beat, and then while it's held, bend down for the next 2. So that again. Then you've got this little run. That's lovely. So triplet first. And then you've got 16th notes. Back to triplets. And then normal 8th notes. Mike does that a lot, mixing up triplets and 16th notes really effectively. So lush. Then just before it starts fading out, you get this. Etc. Right? So the first part, pretty straightforward. Again, 2 beats there, then you slide up to the 16th fret. So you've just gone up an octave, right? Then up here, you've got this little pattern. Pretty straightforward, then the next part goes. The tone changes slightly. I think he might have like an expression pedal where he ramps up the speed on his vibe pedal, because you get that sort of very fast warbly sound. So you've got a couple of bends on the 19th fret. Goes like this: 1, 2, 3. Then you slide down to the 4th fret, right? Straightforward enough. Slowly. Okay, little triplet there. And then down at the 4th fret you're going to play. It's barely audible there, but I've tabbed it out for you anyway, because that's the kind of guy I am. So that was it. So thanks very much indeed for your support as ever, Martin, and hope everyone else enjoyed that too. See you again soon. Cheers, bye bye.